What's up? Honor Amish 16. I'm here to give you my PWG Battle of Los Angeles 2009 review. Here's night 1 and night 2. Overall, this show, or this tournament, overall was great, but one night of the tournament was so much better than the other, and I felt it was, because it's kind of one tournament on both nights, I felt it's the right thing to review all of it together. Basically, night 1 overall was your basic lackluster PWG show. I mean, not many PWG shows from 2009 were lackluster. Like, if this was a lackluster PWG show. Like, the crowd didn't give a crap. I felt like the crowd didn't give a crap about this show, and the crowd was quiet. And that's a PWG crowd that I hate. Honestly, I don't like those type of PWG crowds, or those type of crowds actually in general. I hate because they were quiet and just sounded like they weren't into the wrestling at all. They just sat there, and there was no match to get to that greatness level, and there's a couple that almost got there. Well, that was actually one that almost got there, and then night 2, so much changed. Great crowd. Every match was at least good or almost good, and there was a match that was PWG's match of the year. So let's get right to it. All right, night 1. First off, we started with the Cutler brothers versus Malachi Jackson and Ryan Taylor. Ryan Taylor is basically, it reminds me a lot of Kyle O'Reilly in the sense that he's just a guy who reminds me a little bit of Davey Richards, just a young guy who does my work and stiff and is pretty good in my opinion. I like to see Ryan Taylor again. Malachi Jackson was okay. I mean, he's basically a copy of the Young Bucks, but just a little bit worse. And the Cutler brothers need to get in Ring of Honor. They are so impressive. This opener was very, very good. PWG did a very, very good job in this opener. I liked it a lot. Put over the fact that all of these guys are very good, and I mean, like, a lot of these guys have experience. So it was very cool to see the fact that they can put them all together and have a good match, 3 1/4. Then we got the first Battle of Los Angeles match of the night. Scott Lost versus Jerome LTP Robinson. This match was just okay. Not much. I didn't like it all that much. Never really had the time to get going. And just, I don't know, just LTP didn't look very good here. Lost really isn't the type of worker with LTP. LTP works better with a lot of bigger guys where he can high fly around them. And Lost kind of has a high flying style as well. But Lost is kind of an all-around type of guy, so it really isn't a good opponent for LTP, so this match was just okay. 2 1/4. Then we got a very, very entertaining match, Human Tornado versus one half of the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson. Very entertaining. Whenever there's a bad PWG crowd, like night 1 was, the crowd is always into the Young Bucks matches because the Young Bucks are just such over heels in PWG, it's not even funny. So that's why this match was very entertaining, even though the in-ring wrestling wasn't too great. But oh well. 2 3/4 stars. And Rick Knox to get involved, which the crowd always likes for whatever reason. But Knox is a good referee. So, and then we got Colt Cabana versus Joey Ryan. This match was okay. I like the one from Ring of Honor better. Death Before Dishonor 7, night 2, I believe. And that match was just all out comedy. This one was comedy as well, but didn't go as long. But it's understandably didn't go as long. It was just okay. I mean, it was nothing wrong with the match, but it's actually the worst match of the night, I think. Yeah, no, Lost and Robinson was the worst match of the night, but this is second worst match of the night. But I still thought it was okay. Nothing really wrong with it. 2 1/2. Then we got Johnny Goodtime versus Roderick Strong. That's how you make a young guy in PWG look good. Johnny Goodtime did a very good job in this match here. Roderick, I mean, you can tell that the majority of fans wanted Roderick to win this tournament throughout the entire tournament, so basically, the outcome is very predictable in this match, but still, they did a good job for what they had. 3 stars, nothing much besides that. But you know, Roderick did make it a little believable that Goodtime could beat him in spots, but honestly, we knew Strong was going to win. Then we got Brandon Gatson versus Nick Jackson, another young PWG guy. And Brandon Gatson, he's actually probably my favorite young PWG guy, or less known PWG guy. And he looked very, very good here. I love his finisher. He has a sidewalk. He holds him like in the sidewalk slam position, then does a front flip and flips his opponent on his face. It's very, very cool to watch. And this is just another very, very entertaining match. Crowds are always into the Young Bucks matches for whatever reason, so I liked it a lot. 3 stars. Then we got to a match which the crowd crapped on a lot, but I thought was actually very, very entertaining. Austin Aries versus Brian Kendrick. If you're expecting a like a 5-star club or like a 4-star match from these guys, you didn't get that, honestly. But it was still a very entertaining match, different match, kind of 2 heels just doing their thing against each other, which came off very, very cool. But the match itself was just okay, 2 1/2. Then we got two Canadian guys facing each other. Kevin Steen, Kenny Omega. A great back and forth on the mic before this match started, and then they started wrestling, and they had pretty good chemistry. I thought they'd have a little better chemistry, but not that much better. 3 stars. Then we got to the main event of the night. El Generico versus Alex Shelley. This match was the match of the night, and it put over the fact, which actually helped them later, that Shelley was looking so dominant to win this tournament. And like they made them believe that TNA guy could hold the PWG World Title. And I like that a lot, and eliminating one of the favorites in El Generico the first night. So 3.5. Then we got to night 2. Our overall rating for night 1, 6.75. It was an okay show, almost good, but not really. Then we got to night 2, an awesome show, almost amazing, but it was still really great. First match of the night, Brian Kendrick, Joey Ryan. It was very, very good. Again, 2 heels going against each other, doing their thing, and Joey Ryan had a pair of Mickey Mouse ears for Brian Kendrick, so that was very, very cool. 2 3/4 stars. Then we got Kenny Omega versus Scott Lost. I told people before this tournament happened that the winner of this match is going to win the tournament. I thought Scott Lost was going to win here, but it didn't happen. But this match was still very, very good. The best of the quarterfinal matches, and it was better than either of the semifinal matches. And it was probably the second best match in the actual tournament to that point, only behind Generico and Shelley. 3 1/4. Then we got Gatson and Shelley. Gatson won this match over Shelley, which put him over and made him look great here. I loved that decision, and you could tell the crowd was really into it as well. And I bet you, I hate the crap on the night 1 crowd again, but they were bad in my opinion. But I feel this change would not have came off as well in front of that crowd, but it came off very good against a crowd who understood that that Alex Shelley probably isn't going to win the tournament because your champion contracted for TNA isn't a good thing. So Gatson over Shelley gives him a big, big win and elevates Gatson into, like, now he's not just seen as a young PWG guy, he's seen as a guy who can make an impact in PWG, no pun intended. 3 stars. Then we got Human Tornado Roderick Strong, nothing much here, 2 3/4 stars, just a regular match. Nothing all that spectacular. But Roderick did look very good here, and all the stuff for Roderick to become the next world champ was here and present. And then we got 6-man tag team match, one of 2 non-Battle Los Angeles matches during this night. Austin Aries and the Cutler brothers versus Colt, Cabana, Johnny Goodtime, and Jerome LTP Robinson. LTP did look very, very good here as compared to the last night. Goodtime looked good. Actually, everybody in this match looked good. Another reason why the Cutler brothers should be in Ring of Honor, but they're not. Or should be by now, because I actually really like the Cutler brothers. But besides that, this is just a basic 6-man tag team match in the middle of a card. Nothing special, but it was pretty good. 3 stars. Then we got Kenny Omega, Joey Ryan. This is basically putting probably the most important wrestler in PWG history, Joey Ryan, in there with a guy who you want to set up to get to the finals, Kenny Omega. And it was a pretty good match for that. 3 stars, nothing much. Then we got kind of a predictable match, honestly. Roderick versus Gatson. He had the favorite of the tournament versus a guy who you want to elevate, who's already been elevated, so there's no point in really putting him in the final. But it was a good match, even though it was kind of predictable, which isn't good for a semifinal match. But for Gatson's sake, I'm going to look past that because it was a very good move. 2 3/4 stars. Then we got the PWG match of the year. The Young Bucks versus Steen and Generico. This is better than all 3 of their matches in Ring of Honor. But a lot of people were saying on the Figure 4 online message board that this is the match of the year when it's nowhere close, honestly. But it's still an awesome match. 4.5 stars. Loved it. I absolutely loved this match, honestly. The crowd was so into it. Steen looked awesome. Generico looked great. You had the Young Bucks heel tactics in there, and the Young Bucks always look amazing. So I just thought this is some of the best tag team wrestling you'll see all year, especially with the heel thing kind of taking over the match. This is some of the best stuff I've seen all year. So, or from last year. 4.5 stars. Awesome job. Then we got to the finals of BOLA 2009. Kenny Omega versus Roderick Strong. This match was great, but it really didn't go to that next level, which I thought it should have, especially with the talent in it. But I did really like it. Still 4 stars. Overall, I am going to give this show a 8.75. By the way, I did not like the thing that happened after the match. You should have had just the winner present himself. And then you shouldn't have had the Young Bucks come out and attack him. I thought that was actually really stupid and kind of came off really, really corny. Even though that was, it was not terrible, but it was not a good decision in my opinion. Alright, tell me your thoughts on this. I'll be back on Monday to give you guys my bracket. Yay, NCAA March Madness is here. Oh well, I'll see you guys later.